What's up everybody, my name is Elliott, but you can call me the Motory Notary. And remember, they say never to meet your heroes, but I say go for it. Sometimes those heroes end up being pretty great. Now, I'm no stranger to CarTrek cars. I've driven quite a few of them, and heck, I even bought this Maserati that was featured in CarTrek Season 2. But when it comes to hero cars of mine, the first generation Lamborghini Gallardo has always held a special place in my heart, much like the one that Ed Bolian drove in Season 1 of CarTrek. So when I was visiting Ed in Atlanta doing stories for his channel VinWiki, he offered to let me drive one of my hero cars. Of course, always wanting to get another CarTrek car under my belt, I jumped at the opportunity. So let's travel now back to Atlanta and check out that drive. Well, I'm back again, and a little movie magic secret I never left. Ed is letting me do another car here, and this time it's the famous Gallardo from CarTrek Series 1. Look at it in all of its flooded glory. Man, am I excited about this thing. Obviously, I watched this car on CarTrek 1, and also as a boy who lived in the early 2000s, I've had a thing for Gallardos since the beginning, particularly the Spyders. I think they just look ridiculously awesome, and this one is a gated manual. But that's not all there is to this one. This one's got a bit of a story and obviously some CarTrek fame. So Ed, what's the brief story on it, and where's it at now?
For the premise of CarTrek 1, we wanted to find the coolest exotic car that you could buy for about the same price as a C8 Corvette. And so I bought this car for $59,000, which is about half of what normally a gated manual Gallardo Spyder would have been worth at the time, maybe a third of what it's worth now. Who knows with the market the way that it is. But that is because this car spent a little bit of time underwater in Santa Monica. And so if you look at the passenger seat, there's a watermark. The whole evap system was full of mud. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but at the same time, there's a whole lot right with it, and I absolutely love this car.
I do want to see this, the watermark on this seat, and yeah, there it is, my shadow's in the way. But without a doubt, this car has seen water in the way it was not intended to be seen.
And as you've learned with your Volvo, there can be huge problems when too much water gets into a car. But this one, certainly relative to the Flood 599 that I used in CarTrek 4, wasn't that much to put back together. The clutch had been compromised. There was a bit of a leak in the rear main seal, but that's fairly normal maintenance for a Gallardo at this point. And so I put a lot of miles on it and continue to. I did not try very hard to sell it on Auto Tempest after we wrapped that series, but we certainly appreciate Auto Tempest's continued support of the CarTrek concept and of each of our channels, and so we're very excited to be about to head out for CarTrek 6.
Well, what do you say we go take it out for a quick cruise? A gated manual Gallardo Spyder.
There you go. So cool.
This one I'm not confused about. I think I understand the key turning starting procedure here.
Works like a car. Starts right up most of the time.
Starts right up, yeah.
There you go. Check your engines.
Good, 1 through 5 and 6 through 10.
Yeah, separate check engine lights for each bank, both of which are pertinent at the moment.
Good.
But you know,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's it.
Let's do this. All right, well, we're on the road. Let me give it a little bit. Okay, didn't expect it to sound that good. All right, that's the experience I wanted. Oh my goodness. And that wasn't even full chat. That was some throttle.
Exactly.
The best sound, and then the chink chink of the shifter. This is what people are searching for when they want an Italian car.
Yes.
What just happened? That was the essence of it. They just want that all the time. And I do too, especially with this open top motoring experience.
That's it. I've had 2 coupes, both E-gear, and then I've got this one, and I feel like it's a car you could own forever. Like, you could never grow tired of the simplistic things like that make you love it.
Oh my gosh! What an experience! And like I said, with the top down, why does anybody buy these in a coupe form?
I mean, I like the lines of the coupe.
Yeah, the coupe does look good.
You can actually lean the seat back a little bit further, which is handy if your head's not sticking over it. But I don't have to worry about my head. It's got all the room in the world.
Oh my goodness. I can't get the smile off my face. That is
the desired outcome.
That is awesome. This is going to be one of those scenarios for viewers at home that there's no way in heck the audio is doing the actual experience justice. But just take my face for it. It's good.
I think when you think about a dream car, you know, there are things about it that should be timeless, that should be provocative. All the things that a car should do to want it, to love it, this does really, really well.
It's got screen history. This is the car that paved the way for what CarTrek is now, or one of the cars that paved the way.
I'd like to think so. I mean, I was really, really happy when we found this car, because certainly it's hard to find a Gallardo that would fit into a Corvette style budget, but this one did, and it was a really special one.
Yeah.
I did buy another one as
Yes.
a backup because it barely made it. Like, this car got ready for the trip after 4 months of work, about 5 hours before I had to leave.
That's cutting it close. I get one more opportunity here. Not quite full rip, but right here. Oh, sorry people who live nearby, but also not sorry. I know if I heard that sound, I'd be like, oh, nice.
But it's very user-friendly. And, you know, differently than I know some of the other gated Lambos that you will have driven, Tyler's,
Right.
I presume. It's a car you can just get in and drive. And for, you know, I think with some servicing and stuff, low 80s into this car, it's probably worth 100, 110 grand, whatever.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. Can't stop loving it enough to ever consider parting with it. Not to mention what it means with respect to the opportunity to do CarTrek.
It's an amazing driving experience, and it's got some sentimental value. I would hold on to this one forever too, or at least a very, very long time.
For sure.
I guess we all can't have forever cars, but
Yeah, I mean, I think my gated manual 640 is a forever car, and this could very well be one.
Yeah.
You know, the great thing about a Gallardo is that because of the influence of Audi, there's not a lot of monsters in the closet that would just be catastrophic in the event that something happens to it. I mean, certainly there are things that are known to break, but none of them are going to bankrupt you. Like certain things about that SLR,
right.
they could hurt you.
And I love that I am getting the Lamborghini experience right now of the flashing back and forth check engine light on the multifunction display. I wouldn't want it any other way. That is awesome. I fell in love with this very quickly. As if I didn't already want one, now I ultra want one.
It's
This
really
has got to happen.
The perfect one to want. It costs less than a brand new Escalade, and
True,
it's
that is
a car
wild.
That it'll never cost you $1 net as a stick car. E-gear cars may not appreciate necessarily because there's 14,022 Gallardos in the world.
Wow.
But I think that it's a car that it's never going to cost you too much money, and when you pull up next to a brand new 911 that they own it for more money, you still feel cooler.
Oh, for sure. And the neighborhood kids prove that. You drive through in a 911, people are like, pretty nice. You drive through in this, they freak out.
Yeah.
Well, I think I just drove my new favorite car. Ed, thank you so much for having me and letting me take a couple of the cars out. This has been such an experience, but now I have to get on the road in a very, very different car than what I just drove. So thanks again. Hope to see you again soon.
My pleasure.
All right.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, smash that like button. Well, guys, there you have it. I got to drive one of my childhood dream cars with one of my favorite YouTubers in the passenger seat. It doesn't get much better than that. And while I would love to acquire another CarTrek car, Ed didn't seem to want to part ways with the Gallardo just yet, but something tells me I'll probably end up buying another CarTrek car sometime in the future. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, this next week, I'm going to be out in Monterey, California for Monterey Car Week. If you see me out and about, be sure to come say hello. I'm going to be doing lots of videos here on this channel, more often than normal, so be sure to keep a lookout for that as well. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's a great place to keep track of behind-the-scenes stuff, and I almost always try to post a little preview of upcoming episodes there. Like me on Facebook, join my Facebook group. It's a great place to share memes, and I'm almost always in there interacting in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video. It greatly helps my YouTube performance, and I will see all of you guys next time. Also, of note, interesting that my extremely perfect Maserati, that's more rare than this.
Oh,
that is not necessarily a good thing. But
How many?
they only made like 300 manual. They made less of them than 360s and everything. Probably for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, at that point,